Friday Night Blitz is brought to you by Rock Oil Refining Incorporated. Your Blitz starts now.
Welcome to the Friday Night Blitz. I'm Saul Meyer, and that is my partner, Drew Chelly. Drew, it's the last week of the regular season for 11-man football. Are you as excited as I am?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have the last week. That means playoffs are coming and some big-time games before the playoffs start up next week.
You're absolutely right, Drew. But what about those 8-man football games?
Leona Wabino, slow start to the year, but they've managed to bounce back and stay in contention for at least a share of the conference title.
And Three Lakes has had a meteoric rise to success this season, even making it to the #2 ranked team in the state. And Newswatch 12's Will Harrelson was in Three Lakes for that game for our Friday Night Blitz game of the week. Will, you know, who was able to come out?
Well, guys, this year's rivalry matchup between Three Lakes and Leona Wabino had a lot of hype surrounding it. Three Lakes had been a dominant team all year long, winning 6 of their seven games by double digits, and that's a trend that would continue today as the Blue Jays would pick up another big-time win, 50-18. One of the main reasons for the Blue Jays' success tonight was the play of quarterback Jared Kaufman, and he delivered some dimes to receivers tonight. By halftime, the Blue Jays head coach Tyler Maney said that this is no new trend for his quarterback.
He's one of our leaders. He's been there since a freshman. We expect big things from him, and he's doing a really nice job tonight so far. I mean, obviously, it's still early. A lot of game left, but we'll keep the pedal down and try and finish it off.
Finishing off, they did as Kaufman kept gashing the Rebels defense for big plays all night long. It was a dominant game in all phases for Three Lakes, and while the playoffs are near for the Blue Jays, Coach Maney said the team was able to stay in the moment.
I know these kids know what's going on, and it's hard at high school level that they think they always know what's going on, so it's very tough to keep them grounded. But I think we did a good job this week just prepping for this game. You know, it was more of a rivalry game than worrying about playoffs.
Now that the regular season has come to a close, it's officially time for some playoff football. Both of these squads now await their playoff fates, and they are released tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., but it's fair to say they are both in good positions. You'll be able to see where your favorite team lands as you can look through their site, the WIAA website. Well, that'll do it for now. Reporting here in Three Lakes, Will Harrelson, Newswatch 12.
Thanks for that, Will. Here's a look at the Northern Borders Conference. Florence has won it outright with their 59-14 win over White Lake Elko. Following them, Three Lakes finishes in 2nd place, and Leona Wabino finishes in 3rd place after the Blue Jays' win over the Rebels. Even with the loss, White Lake Elko still finishes in 4th place in the conference, and finally, Niagara gets to finish in 5th place due to their forfeited win over Goodman-Pembine, giving them their first conference win of the year.
Last week, Edgar clinched a share of the Merriwood Conference title with their win over Auburndale. Going into their conference finale against Marathon, the Wildcats have yet to give up a point in conference play. Not a single point. Would Edgar be crowd champs, or would Marathon pull the upset? Wildcats on the road in this one as they take on the Red Raiders. Edgar got the scoring started in this one first quarter. Carter Butt punches this one in from 2 yards out, and Edgar goes up 8-0 early. Marathon's defense tried to keep them in the game. Peyton Lawrence with the big sack off the edge. He forces the fumble. Edgar would jump back on it. And the Edgar offense would be unfazed by the big defensive play. They would drive right down the field, Butt punching in his 2nd of the night. Edgar would go on to win 44-0. They do not give up a single point in conference play, and they are the Merriwood Conference champions. We'll be right back after the break.
Friday Night Blitz is brought to you by Rock Oil Refining Incorporated. Your Blitz starts now.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. I'm Saul Meyer, and that is my partner, Drew Chelly. Drew, we already saw an electric game between Three Lakes and Leona Wabino, with the Blue Jays taking that one.
Now on to our featured matchup, which is actually the game you went to, Saul.
Yeah, that's right, Drew. 49-0 is a significant score for two teams. My Oklahoma Sooners and the Rhinelander Hodags. Oklahoma was able to bounce back from their 49-0 loss to the Texas Longhorns, avenging it 1 year later. Rhinelander lost to Lakeland Union 49-0, and the Hodags were looking to avenge that loss 1 year later, this time on their home turf. So let's see if the Hodags were able to bring the axe back to Rhinelander, or if Lakeland Union will keep the trophy and bragging rights. In the first quarter, the Hodags came out swinging. James Heck gets the ball in the goal line, and he powers his way into the end zone to put Ryan Lander on the board first. But the Birds responded. Second quarter, Noah Bruckner gets it at the goal line, and he's going to power his way into the end zone to put Lakeland Union up 8-6. And Bruckner would not be stopped. Third quarter, he gets the ball again, and he scores again, taking in another rushing touchdown from the goal line. Lakeland Union is going to go on to win this game 32-6. Now to Schofield Stadium in Antigo, where the Red Robins welcome the Medford Raiders. First quarter, Medford wasted no time. A pitch to Carson Carbaugh leads to a 15-yard touchdown for Medford, and they're going to go on top 14-0. Second quarter, Antigo trying to make something happen. Quarterback Jake Verhassel bombs one Ezekiel Fobbs, and that's a huge 25-yard catch for the senior. Antigo trying to keep it going, but Medford's Max Dietzman is too big and too strong. That sack would effectively end Antigo's drive. A little bit later, Paxton Rothmeyer takes it in from the 2-yard line for a touchdown, and there is your dagger. The Raiders win this one big, 58-14. They finished the year 7-2, and they'll play in the playoffs. Antigo ends the season at 4-5, and maybe we'll hear tomorrow if they make the postseason. Now let's move on to a future GNC team, Tomahawk, taking on Clintonville in their last Northwoods Conference game ever. In the first quarter, Hatchet struck first. Landon Seymour gets the ball, makes a few guys miss, and carries 2 truckers into the end zone for a Hatchet touchdown. But Clintonville trucked right back. Cade Rosenau finds Xander Schroeder on the screen pass, and he gets to work. Makes a few guys miss, busted outside, and he is gone for the Clintonville touchdown. Tomahawk responded with a big play of their own. Caleb Dickens gets the ball, and look at that hard-nosed running. He will not be stopped, and he's going to score the touchdown. And Tomahawk is going to go on to win this thing 29-20.
Big Valley Football Association game, Wausau West taking on DC Everest. First quarter, West on offense. Jack Katrowski is going to hit Carter Amerson, who picks up 15 yards and a first down for West. DC Everest would punt on their first drive, but on a wet night like this, ball security matters, and on the return, the big word, fumble. The Evergreens going to jump on this one, and they have some great field position set up deep in Wausau West territory. That would result in a field goal. Gabe Gallback drives one through from 27 yards out. DC Everest with a big win. They defeat Wausau West 13-7. Wisconsin Rapids on the road taking on Wausau East in the finale for both of these teams. Second quarter, East driving. They hand off to Caden Worth. He's going to find a hole and pick up the first down. We move forward to the second quarter. Here comes Rapids. Jonah Rasmussen going deep. The pass is going to be deflected and then caught on the deflection by Brock Foley, who picks up a big gain. Later in the drive, Rapids going to punch it in. The Caden Seeger goes right up the middle. He's rolling downhill, and he is in for the score. Rapids finishes the season on a positive note. They win it 33-14. Great bunch of games tonight, Salt.
Absolutely, Drew. The regular season is wrapped up and the playoffs start next week.
Just because this is the last week of the regular season does not mean it's our last Blitz of the season.
Absolutely, Drew. We'll be here a few weeks into the playoffs. Don't worry. Well, that's all the time we got tonight for the Friday Night Blitz. For Drew Celli, I'm Saul Meyer. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all watching at home, have a great night.